there, happy Monday. Thanks for logging on today. And I wanted to share why I'm so obsessed with body communication and why I think you should be too. Because sometimes I find myself feeling so overwhelmed, and especially now during quarantine. And I know I'm not the only one. I'm Catherine O'Brien, relationship psychotherapist at happywithbaby.com and the author of Happy with Baby, Essential Relationship Advice When Partners Become Parents. And the other day I had a meltdown. It was about not getting to leave the house. And when I say meltdown, it was like full on crying. My face was wet. My eyes were red. I had tears dripping down my face. But in the midst of all of that, I realized that my body had been communicating on a high, and I had been listening for a while. And it had been for a while. And the only problem is that I was not listening. So I had been busy, right? With daily chores, with getting my kids through distance learning, marriage, relationship stuff, as well as nurturing my growing business and working with my clients. And it seems as though I wasn't getting enough breaks. I'm not getting enough breaks in my life at the moment. And I imagine many of you are feeling this too. Without breaks, I know I'm not able to practice the true self-care and connection with my body while resting and reflecting. And I know I need this type of self-care to thrive well, right? And as someone that grew up with some significant grief and loss in my early years, I learned how to stay busy to avoid my feelings and ignoring any connection with my body communication. And while I've always been really great at pushing myself to set and achieve goals, I became somebody who goes hard for a long time, but I usually end up getting sick. And we're talking about that, a mono-type illness that has me too sick to move. And this is usually before something monumental in my life, like prior to my high school graduation, my college graduation, my wedding. And my body is usually just pleading with me to slow down because I'm trying to put too much pressure, too many things on in my life. And it would be an understatement, truly an understatement, to say that I've learned the hard way about the importance of taking care of myself and the role of body communication. And so my general awakening came when I was trying to build my business, right? And it is already hard building a business from the ground up, and it's made more difficult by negative messaging I was receiving. As a therapist, you can't make money and go into private practice unless you're greedy. You'll find yourself driven by the money, and your initial desire to help people will fall by the wayside. So what did I do? I set myself up to physically and emotionally unsustainable situation that centered around working hard, working long hours, and sometimes for little to no money to prove that I was not in it for myself. So I set this unnecessary, arbitrary deadlines and got upset with myself when I didn't meet them, right? And I would get up early, I'd stay up late, I'd work through lunch, and I'd easily give up any designated personal white space break times on my calendar for something more important. And the more important commitments are usually what cause the burnout. And I realized something needed to change, and it had to start with me. True self-care and body communication, things I was already teaching other people how to do. So in an ideal world, body communication starts with daily check-ins, right? When I have been in a space of avoidance and the tears start flowing and the feelings of overwhelm start to mount, I know I need to stop and just take stock. I learned not to push anything away, and I listened to what my body is communicating to me, because more often than not, the message is slow down and take space. And when I listen to my body communication, I move through life differently. So before I open my office door, I pause to center and remind myself that I'm entering another space meant to support my work with my clients. And I recognize that I need time to decompress after a call with a client who might be struggling with anxiety, depression, parenthood, the pandemic, right? And by leaving my work in my home office space, I ensure that my family doesn't have to manage like the fallout from any residual client work. And sometimes my body lets me know that I need a quick walk outside. And sometimes I just need to take some deep breaths before entering the family dynamics. So I stop and I listen to what my body is saying when I'm ready to re-enter my home life. And I sit with the knowledge that sometimes I'm not quite ready to enter the chaos that comes with hungry kids that are tired from distance learning. And I take a few minutes and I take some deep breaths until I feel more ready, right? So body communication and honoring my relationship with myself is so key to showing up in all my other relationships in life. And so one easy way for me to tap into body communication is with breath work. So I take a deep breath, those slow belly breath, while counting to 4. And then my exhale is a slow release with a count to about 8. And I repeat this breath pattern at least 3 to 5 times, and I just scan my body, tuning in, starting from my feet and moving upwards. So let's practice. Let's practice this a couple times, okay? And I want you to just notice what you're feeling in your body as you take those deep breaths in and out. So get comfortable and I want you to take a deep breath in, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take a deep breath in, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take a deep breath in, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I want you to try this breath work the next time you're feeling overwhelmed. And better yet, see if you can integrate it into your daily routine so that you're practicing body communication before your body is screaming at you that it needs something, right? Let me know how this small step shifts the flow of your daily life experiences. And if you happen to be watching this video as a recording on another platform, you can always join us in our Happy with Baby community group on Facebook. And until next time, take those deep breaths, tune into your body, and I want you to take care of yourself, because seriously, it's not if you have time, but it's a necessity. I look forward to seeing you next week.